What's up, everybody? I'm going to be talking about the psychological flexibility versus inflexibility tool today. It's really a tool to help kind of gauge where you're at and how much resilience you have. In fact, the real definition that I kind of created from the real psychological flexibility tool is that it measures the quality of dynamic processes and repeated transactions between people and environmental context by measuring one's ability to adapt to situational demands, display cognitive resourcefulness, shift perception, and balance competing desires, needs, and life domains. So, what that essentially means is that it measures how well you're able to do things like adapting in stressful environments or shifting your perception within the moment or just handling various life domains throughout your life. You need to find a balance of competing desires with fears, with instinctual actions. You have your three different sections of your brain that all need to talk to each other in a commutative way, which a lot of people don't really know how to cultivate that. So this tool is going to help you kind of gauge where you're at by following the instructions, and you should see a download in the training below. You will basically say 1, 2, 3 to 7. Never true is number 1. Always true is number 7. So you're going to rate how true each one of these sentences are for you personally and try and be as objective as you possibly can. I'll go through all of these with you right now kind of quickly just so you get a rundown. So number 1 is my values in life are clear to me. That is really important because if you don't understand not only what your values in life are, but you don't understand where they came from, you're not really going to be fully aware of why you do the things you do, why you make the decisions you make, why you're kind of gravitating towards either nowhere or somewhere. So thinking about your values need to be a priority for you because you're going to find that the values might not always be yours. And that's important to be self-aware and live a mellow-minded lifestyle. So rate that from 1 to 7. If you're really not sure what your values are, obviously around 1 to 3. If you are really exactly 100% sure what your values are and why and where they came from, you're going to want to put a number 5 to 7. Okay, number 2, I work towards my vision and what is important to me. A vision is very linked to values. So your vision is going to be an actual imagination picture, an image, a hypothetical scenario, a simulation of the you in the future. And it's really supposed to be a projection of your values today, and what's important to you and what you're going to be doing, how you're going to be acting, what you're going to be looking like, who you're going to be talking to. All these things are part of a vision. Number 3, rejection does not control my decision making. So be honest with yourself. How much do you go throughout life based on fear of rejection, fear of doing something wrong, fear of not making enough money, fear of doing the wrong thing in life, whatever it is? Those are all parts of being rejected. So ask yourself, does rejection control my decision making? Rate that 1 to 7. I listen and observe my feelings non-judgmentally. How often do you actually hear what your feelings are telling you? A lot of us get so stuck in our emotions and our feelings, but we don't listen to them and we don't observe them objectively in a third-person perspective. This often creates ego to take control of us and fight, flight, or freeze responses. It puts us into autopilot all the time. So a really key component of developing and cultivating a mellow-minded lifestyle is to learn how to listen and observe your feelings non-judgmentally. Number 5 is I use my emotions to make better decisions in life. Most of us use our decisions to make horrible decisions in life. So rate yourself on how good you are at making decisions based on emotions, but actually help you. So if I'm sad, do you make better decisions when you're sad? Because sometimes sadness can teach you so many things. It can teach you what you should be doing. It can teach you empathy. It can teach you what you could be doing instead. But so many times we feel emotions such as sadness and we don't do the right decisions. We actually do really bad decisions based on our emotions. So rate that from 1 to 7. Number 6 is I only compare myself to myself, not to others. So this is going to measure how comparative your mind is, how often you're looking for external validation, how come you constantly compare your life, your skills, your worth to, say, Freddie, who's making $100,000 down the street, or your friend who doesn't have nearly as many emotional problems as you might have. How often do you do that? Because that's very important to cultivate, again, a self-aware lifestyle. Number 7 is I am appreciative of the present moment no matter what. So this is really representing gratitude and appreciative joy. This is going to measure how much you are grateful within the present moment, how mindful you are, how aware of your present moment you are, and how much of a holistic perception you have on your existence and your reality within this world. Because we're all interconnected, but a lot of people don't feel that way because they're very self-absorbed in their own issues. And that is a direct, there's a lot of symmetry between being self-absorbed and not being grateful for your existence, for what all the good things that have happened to you in your life, all the good relationships you have. There's a lot that people are not grateful for, and that often creates a lot of stress. So I'm going to keep these quick. Meet me on the next one, and we'll get through the next lesson. Thanks.